My boyfriend is allergic to my dog. It ruined our relationship.
That's my play-by-play of that relationship.
And that was a short play by Dakota.
That's a one-act play right there.
I, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 25 male, have been together for 2.5 years. We met on Hinge and instantly connected and have been inseparable since. When we first started dating, I told him that I have a dog. His name is Theo. I got him in 2020 when he was a puppy. Theo is 4 now. By the way, this comes from initial example 4440, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. My boyfriend is allergic to animal fur. When we first started talking and dating, I asked if it would be an issue. He said no. Tale as old as time.
A lie as old as man's best friend.
He has family members that he visits on holidays who have pets, so he just takes an over-the-counter allergy med, and that seems to do the trick for him. So whenever he would come over to my place, he would take his allergy medication. He wouldn't interact with Theo much, like petting him, playing with him, and letting him be near him much in general. I would also make sure Theo would leave my boyfriend alone and give him the space that he needs so he doesn't have a bad reaction, even with the allergy med. I would also make sure to clean the house to limit the amount of dog fur around before he would come over. Everything was perfect and we had a good system. If I would go over to his place, I would make sure to put on clothes that were clean and had no dog fur on them so I wouldn't be leaving/tracking it into his house. About 6 months ago, my boyfriend and I decided to get our own place together. Oh no.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't think I could live with a person who had a cat.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff about treatments for allergies like this.
I've taken treatments.
Yeah, but when did you take them?
When I was in middle school to high school.
So now you've got 10 more years worth of science behind these treatments. Maybe that'll work.
Probably better.
This is me right now.
This is, I was going to say, we should refer to our resident allergic man.
Cat.
Yeah.
Cat allergic man.
So we rented a condo that was pet friendly because wherever I go, Theo comes with me. My boyfriend and I thoroughly communicated about what that would look like with his allergy. One being that he should get an allergy medication from his doctor rather than an over-the-counter med, so that it would be stronger and help him out more. Our condo has 2 stories, so we put a dog gate up so Theo doesn't have access to the upstairs, where our bedroom and bathroom are. I also vacuum every other day to limit the amount of fur and keep it controlled. I also give Theo baths about once every week and a half and brush him nearly every day. So far, for the past 6 months, this has really worked. We have the system so Theo can have access to the entire main floor, and he's not just cooped up in a cage or separate room all the time. I know I do a lot of work to keep my boyfriend's allergies down, but he helps out around the condo a lot too. Household chores-wise, we have things pretty balanced. But recently, for the past month, my boyfriend has brought up multiple times that he doesn't know how much longer he can handle having Theo here. Yes, we have a good system, and yes, his allergy medication works well, which I bring up every time he mentions it. I try to understand what issues he's having, and all he says is that he doesn't like having to constantly be worried about his allergies and Theo being around. He's expressed to me that he feels trapped in his own house, having to constantly worry. I try to see his side of it all, but I also mentioned to him that from the beginning, he knew that Theo and I are a package deal and that we have to work through this together. Everything seemed to be perfect till out of the blue, my boyfriend seemed to completely flip on things. He does love Theo and loves going on walks with him and interacting with him for just a few minutes before he has to stop, and he's expressed this. We've had this conversation multiple times, and it always comes to the conclusion of both of us not really seeing eye to eye. It got to a point where he would get home from work, we would eat dinner, and then he goes right upstairs to get away from Theo. He seemed to form a hatred towards him. Now, when I try to have a conversation with him about it, he just shuts it down and won't talk to me about it. 2 weeks ago, when he got home from work, I had dinner ready and he didn't even say hi to me or eat. He just went right upstairs. Again, when I tried to talk to him, he shut me down. About a week ago, that's when things took a turn for the worst. My boyfriend said that one of his friends, Mike, and his girlfriend, Sarah, would be coming over for dinner and to hang out last weekend. I work from home, so I was able to spend the afternoon cleaning the condo, cooking appetizers, and the meal, and preparing some mixed drinks. I was excited to see them because I haven't seen Mike in a while, and I haven't met Sarah yet. Usually when we have guests over, I will put Theo in a separate room so he's not in the way and disturbs our guests too much. But my boyfriend told me I don't have to do that for them. They love dogs. Once Mike and Sarah came over, I instantly noticed the vibes were a little off. They seemed to be paying more attention to Theo and wanted to get to know Theo more than spend time with my boyfriend and me.
Oh, you didn't. You did not do this, boyfriend. What are you doing? Do we see the ICU yet?
Oh, no.
Yes. What? Come on, dude.
Oh, no.
What are you doing? You're setting up adoptions?
I was rooting for you.
Why are you setting up
We
adoption?
were all rooting for you. Once dinner was over, I started cleaning up and Sarah offered to help me while the guys grabbed a drink and went to sit on the couch. Sarah and I got to chatting and I told her how much I love her presence and she and Mike seem like an amazing couple. She then replies with, yeah, we've been taking some big steps together. We're getting an apartment and Theo seems like he would fit really well into our lives. He's a really great dog. What do you even say to that?
He's not up for adoption?
I think I would be like, oh yeah, he is a great dog.
He's
Were you thinking about it going to a breeder?
Yeah.
Were you thinking about adopting?
Adopt, don't shop.
I'm taken aback and excuse myself and ask my boyfriend if we could talk. Him and I go upstairs and I tell him what Sarah said to me. He admits he invited the two of them over so they could possibly adopt Theo. He did this all behind my back, and I had no idea this was his intention. I instantly snap at him and yell, Theo comes before you. He is my priority. I take care of him and the house to help you. If you can't be grateful for that effort, I don't know if I can continue with you. He comes before you. I then go downstairs and ask Mike and Sarah to leave. I am enraged. And you'll never be enraged if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Well, actually, I suppose you might be enraged.
You may.
You might be enraged.
However, we'd never be enraged
No.
at you for listening
No.
to them.
And you can find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio if you just search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to this. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I leave now if I'm the guy.
Yeah.
If I'm the partner, I'm like, okay, so you put the dog before me.
But
I'm going to go now.
The thing is that it was kind of a, not perhaps like a valid reaction, but it makes sense why OP reacted like that because he went behind her back and tried to get rid of her dog.
Also,
without telling her.
I would have a very serious, no one's really completely in the right here in this situation.
No,
It's
I
like,
agree. I
but
think that all of this could have been solved if there had been a really serious conversation about how he was feeling.
Yeah.
And you know, her thoughts on the situation of saying like, well, I can't get rid of my dog. So if you can't handle this, which is okay, where do we go from here? I then pack a bag for Theo and me, and we are now staying at my parents' until further notice. I don't know if I can forgive my boyfriend for this. I can't trust him to be alone with Theo anymore. My boyfriend has been texting and calling me, asking if we can talk this out, but I'm just too mad to say anything to him. Is it worth flushing 2.5 years down the drain because he tried to sell my dog? So am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend my dog comes before him? And there are some comments. Commenter 1, not the a-hole. You were crystal clear from the start that Theo is family. Your boyfriend's sneaky attempt to rehome him was a massive breach of trust. A partner who truly loved you would never put you in that position. He knew the deal from the start. You're right to be furious. Another person says, right, what would have happened if OP wasn't home? Was boyfriend just going to give away her dog without telling her? I don't think that's also
a jump.
It's an assumption. And she could talk to him and say, like, what was your plan there? Was it, bring them and show me that, someone else could provide them a home? Or was it, I'm going to take the dog? OP says, thank you. Comments like these have definitely helped me through this and trying to process everything in my head. Part of me regrets saying that Theo comes before him out of undeniable anger, but it's been said. Can't take it back now. Over the past 20 hours, I've had a lot of time to think about everything we both did wrong and where we could have tried to fix it. We're both in the wrong for things that happened through our relationship, but my boyfriend doing this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm done with him, and I'm never putting myself and Theo in a situation like this again. Being allergic to animals will be a deal breaker for future partners. Wow.
I think that's a little extra. Not going to lie. You're free to make that boundary, but it seems a little extra to me.
Comment 2, the allergy excuse is such bull. What? I'm allergic to dust, dander, and asthma. I have 3 cats and a dog. Okay.
Okay, I hate that
No,
comment. I
that's-
legit hate that
I
comment.
hate that comment
that was
because
such-
people have different allergies. It's like, I'm allergic too. It's like saying like, oh, I have a knee problem. People in wheelchairs are such bull. Like, what? Comment 3, I can understand him thinking he can handle it and discovering he can't. That's fair enough. We're human and sometimes we don't know until we're in a situation. I agree with that. But his response to get rid of your dog without even discussing this with you is unforgivable. Comment 4, not the a-hole. Think yourself lucky that he showed who he is and you were able to intervene. Seen/heard too many stories where someone comes home and their beloved dog or cat has just vanished. Don't go back and give him a second chance to get rid of Theo for good. Theo's a keeper. Your ex-boyfriend is last week's garbage.
Again, it
Dang.
seems pretty harsh for like, you know, of a jump to be like, he set this up. He's like, we're gonna have these people over. Like,
I don't think
it
you
wasn't
can
like he was
necessarily
like
jump to that.
gonna take the dog to them without her knowing. Like,
Yeah. I think this could have been like avoided if they had that actual conversation. The solution would have just been to move out, but I think because he has broken that trust in the relationship, that is kind of when they went into maybe a point of no return.